Hello everyone. Borussia Dortmund 4-2 Athletico Madrid, aggregate 5-4 former Man Unied man Marcel Sabitzer fires Germans into Champions League semi-final as they edge thriller. Diego Simeone dropped to his knees, then fell face down in his technical area. Even after 674 games in charge, his Athletico Madrid team still find new ways to surprise him. He warned of suffering in the build-up. He warned that punishment was on the horizon and Athletico, seeking their first Champions League semi-final appearance in 7 years, would need to show some old-fashioned resilience to get there. And that is not the Diego Simeone way, that's not what his Athletico Madrid are anymore. No longer the masters in defense. No longer an impenetrable force. They are fallible and Dortmund made them pay. For times Jan Oblak was collecting the ball out of his net. Make that 11 games in a row without a clean sheet for Athletico Madrid. Marcel Sabitzer scored the vital goal to send Borussia Dortmund through to the semi-finals. Dortmund move on and will face PSG in the last four of this season's Champions League. Diego Simeone sunk down in disbelief and his resilient side crumbled in the second leg. Simeone was on the turf in despair and his uncharacteristically fragile side were punished. Julian Brandt scored the opener for Borussia Dortmund to put their hosts ahead in Germany. Dortmund left Spain after the first leg down 2-1, ruining an opportunity missed having only turned up after going behind. Julian Brandt hit the bar late on at the Wanda Metropolitano. It was still playing on his mind when he arrived at Signal Iduna Park. Match facts. Borussia Dortmund, for -2-3-1 Kobel 6, Madsen 8, Schlotterbeck 7, Hummels 6.5, Ryerson 6, Kahn 6, Sabitzer 8, Adeyemi 5.5, Bino Gittens 66, 7, Brandt 8.5, Reyes 90, Sancho 7.5, Oskan 86, Füllkrug 7. Booked, Ryerson. Atletico Madrid, 5-3-2 Oblak 5, Azpilicueta 5, Requelme 46, 6, Hermoso 6, Gimenez 5.5, Witsale 5, Molina 5, Barrios 46, 6.5, De Paul 6, Sol 84, Koch 6.5, Llorente 6.5, Griezmann 6, Morata 5, Correa 46, 7. Booked, Azpilicueta, Hermoso. Here at home this was all about harnessing the energy of their famed yellow wall and dictating from the off as youth triumphed over experience. It was how they overwhelmed PSV Eindhoven in the previous round. Barely able to hear yourself think, teams freeze, even ones as experienced as Atletico. Hours before kickoff, as has become customary, the yellow wall was packed. The away end was vociferous in reply, but Dortmund's players knew they needed to do little to whip their fans into a frenzy. It should have been 1-0 and the perfect start inside for minutes when former Manchester United loanee Marcel Sabitzer was picked out 5 yards out with a cutback, only for him to take a touch and the chance was gone. Seconds later Atletico broke, quickly turning defense into attack as they have done so often and so successfully under Simeone, as Alvaro Morata's pace took him through one-on-one. He lobbed goalkeeper Gregor Kobel but put it wide. Simeone was in disbelief. Thereafter Dortmund would dominate, with Brandt, the man of the match, putting them ahead on the night and levelling the tie, before Chelsea loanee Ian Maatsen fired them ahead 5 minutes later with his first ever Champions League goal. Dortmund, enfanced when the group stage draw was made and they were paired with PSG, Newcastle and AC Milan, thrive at home, now unbeaten in their last 10 Champions League games on their own patch. Antoine Griezmann and the Atletico Madrid players applauded the travelling fans. Ian Maatsen doubled the advantage and put Dortmund ahead on aggregate in a thriller. Atletico pulled one back with Mats Hummels' own goal offering a route back. Correa then slotted home to make it 2-2 on aggregate at Signal Iduna Park. Niklas Füllkrug, centre, fired home the goal to make it 4-4 on aggregate on the night. It wasn't all to go to plan for Dortmund, though. For two sides whose seasons have been beset by inconsistency, perhaps that was to be expected. A treble substitution at halftime by Simeone turned the game, at least temporarily, on its head, and a Hummels' own goal and a smart finish by Angel Correa soon had Dortmund sweating on their progress. Atletico would crumble, though, their second wind fleeting, as Niklas Füllkrug and Sabitzer both scored in a 3-minute frenzy. Simeone was left scratching his head. Segf.ect sufulqfn kasejfekfexwi.fagidi eguf kilsagevk. Wug ehfu yufku, waliutfy08, wefguawart, tweeted Dortmund's official account on X, that means we scored by the way. It made about as much sense as the football on display. Pure chaos, pure theatre. It was everything Atletico Madrid have not been at their best under Simeone. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this, don't forget like and subscribe this channel. Goodbye.